Hello and welcome back to EU4. And we're in the middle of the League War. During this League War, we took the opportunity of attacking the Papal State in the last episode, which meant that we actually now have Roma and Ancona. And if we look over here, it says form Italian nation. We just need to call these two and then be at peace. And then we can form Italy, which is just perfect. Okay. Why did we drop from like 40 to 20? What just happened? Is it this bullshit over here? Where Sweden basically has a 500% weight for war score? It wouldn't surprise me if that's the reason. We'll see. I'm not going to do anything. The Ottomans has way too many troops, so I don't think we are going to win as it is right now. %, 12%. Ravensburg got full annexed by Austria. Austria isn't that hard to fight, so I'm not super worried. Oh, Lithuania got annexed, and we are down to 11%. We now have the cores, which means we just need to be at peace. Since they don't have anything of our stuff occupied, we don't have to worry about losing anything. Which would have been terrible if that was something we would have needed to worry about. Let's do that one, and that one. Anything else? Increase there. Here we go. Yeah, the Ottomans has way too many troops. They still have manpower. They are using a lot of mercenaries, but yeah. Mr. Aden Gasmuk. Let's see. Is the Ottomans in? Yeah, there's no way of knowing because we are already at war. No, already at war. It's really. Like, who are we even fighting at this point? The Ottomans, Bohemia, Russia, and a bunch of nations over here. What? And that's basically it. Okay. Memmingen was demanded. Yeah, I can easily see this flip. This is a big problem with the AI Emperor, that they piece out all of their war score and they just lose. Instead of taking the overall war score they have to end the war to get something instead of trying to maximize stuff. Lorraine. Cede stuff to France, which is just why do you want them to do that? We might win a fight. Yes, we did. Brescia. Do I give them? Yes, I do, but then I revoke it because I don't want them to have that. Going to take a year though. Prague, okay. There's no way of knowing how this is going to end because, yeah. And I'm not going to spend any manpower on this. The AI can do it, but I'm not going to. The Ottomans actually has 0 manpower at this point, so they should be starting to go on, walk on their knees. Starting to. Probably nowhere near, but... It's like 150,000 in one spot is just ugh. Now they lose a lot of stuff to attrition, but still ugh. There's something that you have done incorrectly here. Courthouse isn't too bad, but okay. White peace with Magdeburg. Like, you could do a white peace, right? I can do a white peace, but people will hate me for it. And it just ended with a white peace, which means the war of religion in empire has ended inconclusively, and the two sides have assembled in the city of Münster in Westphalia to sign a compromise peace. According to the terms of the Peace of Westphalia, the confessional faith of each state shall be determined by its ruler according to the principle of whose realm his religion, which is exactly what happened historically. However, it wasn't inconclusively, it was a total win for the Protestants. And the principle of whose realm his religion was actually the thing that they enforced. That the ruler of each country could decide if they were going to be Protestant or Catholic or whatever. But okay. So it is no constraint to the religion at this point. You can be Protestant, you can be Catholic, but here's the thing. Basically all of Europe is Catholic, or rather Protestant at this point. Like, almost all of Central Europe is Protestant. It's insane. Either the province is Protestant or the nation is. But let's see. What do we have right now? Yeah, we have the wonderful button called Form Italian Nation. We now have all of the provinces that we need, which is Genoa, Milan, Modena, Verona, Mantua, Firenze, Siena, Roma, and Ancona. Country changes to Italy. Italy gains a permanent claim on Italy region, gain 25 prestige, and the event New Traditions and Ambitions happens. So we actually get new traditions and stuff over here. So all, like, instead of Milanese ideas, we get Italian ideas, and the Italian ideas is better, just flat out better. So we are going to take that. But before we do that, we should spend a bit of the prestige so we actually get the most of the 25 and not just like 5 or 2 or 3. I see I haven't remembered to deploy my available merchant, so we are going to do that as well. Let's click this. You could actually say that we keep the Milanese ideas, but it is, in this case, changing to the new one is just way better, because we get galley combatability, we get national manpower, core creation cost reduction, we get infantry combatability plus 15% instead of 10%. So yeah, and national tax modifier, yearly prestige +1, improved relations, global trade power. This just overall better than the other Italian ideas. So we are finally Italy. Now, what this means is that we have permanent claims on all of the provinces in the Italian region, which is our vassal Naples, Sicily, Sardinia over there, and Papal State, and what's left of Venice. Now, what we want to do now is to statify a bunch of stuff. All the stuff we haven't like made into a state before. There we go. And now we want to annex Naples. Since we have permanent claims on like Sicily and stuff, we don't need Naples to make claims on these, which they haven't done anyway, so they haven't been that useful in that regard. But yeah, finally we have become Italy. Now we just need to unify the Italian region, which might be harder than we want it to be, because we have to fight Spain. Spain has a fleet, which I probably don't want to fight too much of. Now, we have changed from being in the Venice node to the Genoa node because our capital is in Roma, and Roma is part of the Genoa trade node instead of the Venetian trade node. Do that. Let's do that. I should remove you as soon as possible, which is not that far off. Let's see. I could cram in a few more boats, which I think we should try to do. Now, I'm going to annex Naples because I want the land and whatever boats and stuff he has. At this point, I can make use of his land more efficiently than he can. So we should try to annex him. It's going to take a bit of time. 34, so basically like 20, almost 20 years. Not completely 20 years, but almost. I'm going to make 2 more heavies and then a few more galleys because, yeah, we need them. We need them. China way, which means that Spain is out in Asia somewhere. Yeah, Spain is powerful. They are rich because they basically have stuff all over the place in South America and Africa. Spain is a true colonizer this run. France not that much. They have colonized a bit of various places, but it's not that much. Could have been a lot more. Is there anyone willing to become my vassal? I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. What's good about the permanent claim is, as it says, it's permanent. It's never ever going to go away. Comparing that to like a normal claim, if you compare a normal claim with a permanent claim, there are a few differences. One is that a normal claim lasts for 25 years, whereas a permanent claim never expires. And you can only get rid of them by doing certain things. But essentially, they never disappear. And then, on top of that, a normal claim gives you a core creation cost reduction, as I have right here. Core creation cost minus 25% of the path to the citizenship. A normal claim gives you core creation cost minus 10%, whereas a permanent claim, if I remember correctly, gives you minus 25%. So with the permanent claims, and let's see here if I can, here, and this idea, we have minus 50%. On top of that, we have the minus 25 from admin ideas as well, so minus 75%. And the possible small amount of absolutism we might get. I don't think we will get any. We might get some, but I don't think so. But for now, I think we need to sit on this to get our aggressive expansion down a bit, because we have taken a large hit when it comes to aggressive expansion. That sounded like the war sign. Someone like as if someone declared war on me. That was... panic mode for a millisecond there. Looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. Yeah, and now we have almost 90k in manpower, which is not super good, but it's way better than before. I'm going to buff up our rear a bit and then increase our front as well. Yeah, getting more cannons at this point is going to be super important, since castles are +4 and so on and so forth. Let's see, we are going to remove you like that, give you this, and I don't think I want to give this, but I think I should. No, I should not. It's at 0. It has a lot of admin, like base tax. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it. Sadly, we can't. All of the Center of Reformation and stuff is gone because of the age of absolutism getting around here. What I should do is probably redirect stuff and like make stuff go the way we want it to go. I should recall you even. Force one over here. This is super important to do. If your capital gets moved, either by you moving the capital or some other reason, like as we did here, we formed Italy. Like us forming Italy moved our capital to Rome, or Roma. Since Rome became the capital, we also moved our main trade city, our trade region, which meant that Genoa became the region we trade in. And that means you have to go and redirect all your trading units, because if you don't, you are going to earn a lot less money. It's just not a tiny bit less, it's a ton less money. I'm really looking forward to the 1.3 patch, where they are basically going to give a lot of nations missions, which they don't have. For example, the Italian region, there is a 1.3 mod, which basically has compiled all the information into a mod from dev diaries and stuff. And I usually play with that because, yeah, there's so many nations that doesn't have a mission tree. We should have a mission tree, which, like, they are so underpowered. And that's the reason why the Ottomans is so freaking OP, is because they have a mission tree which gives them permanent claims on all different kinds of stuff. Like down here, permanent claims. Like, they have permanent claims on all of Egypt. All of it. And then they get down into Arabia as well, and down here at the Yemen area. Permanent claims, all of it. For free by just conquering. And what that means is nations like those in Italy that doesn't have them lags behind considerably quickly. Considerably quicker than the Ottomans, France, England, Spain. Not sure if Bohemia has any. I can't remember. Brandenburg does. Sweden does. Poland has a bunch. Russia, for example. But yeah, let's see, where were we? We need to deploy our last one. Now, where should that be? Here. I probably would recommend always trying to push trade. And then try to get as much of the pie chart here as you can. Like, as high of a percentage as you can manage without overspending. That way, you will earn a lot of money without having to collect money. Since this is your main trading port, you will collect trade money from there anyway. I'm going to see if we can like move around up to Ligurian Sea. There we go, and let's queue up to 25. Whoops. And I think what I'm going to do is minus 10% idea cost. That was a good idea. I waited, but you never really know. I'm going to pick this one. Every time you take an idea from an idea group, you lower the cost of your military tech. Or any tech, depending on what, if it's like diplomatic idea group, you lower the cost for your diplomatic tech, and so on and so forth. It is really important to like keep track of stuff and make the most out of it. Okay, let's make a shipyard there. I usually build shipyards because if you have a lot of production in your provinces and you have a lot of coastal provinces, you are going to have no problem with sailors anyway. So taking like ideas to like maritime or naval is just a waste of time to increase your or building buildings like dock. Local sailors modifier plus 50%, which is useless if you don't have enough production, base production. But if you have enough base production, you don't need it because you get enough sailors anyway. So yeah, the whole manpower from for boats is just not really working as well as probably they wanted it to. There we go, upgrade the troops. It is super important to always be ahead of time when it comes to tech, because... And the thing is, being ahead of time doesn't mean you're ahead, it means you're on time. Sometimes you might actually be ahead of other countries, like France has 17, 17, 17, whereas we have 18, 18, 18. But oh wow, Austria's 15, 15, 17. But yeah, even them has skewed military, because you need to stay on time when it, like, you need the military stuff to be enough. Like, too bad that Sicily couldn't get independence. That would have been really good, because that would have meant that we could attack Sicily and not Spain. I don't want to fight Spain. I really don't want to fight Spain, but it seems like we absolutely have to. Now, as it is right now, I don't think we need to cheat anything else. Like, we don't need to make it easier when it comes to the fights. We just need to pick the fights more carefully at this point. Hopefully that's all we need to do, but that is going to have to wait until the next episode. Because this episode is 2 minutes over at this point. So with that, thanks for watching, goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.